Welcome to Meditation Monday on December the 11th. Today, I feel called to work with releasing grief, but in a sense, not necessarily, although you can use this meditation for working with grief for others, but in particular, grieving of the old self, letting go of the ego self, and kind of as we step into more of an ascension being, more crystalline being, we're kind of almost watching parts of ourselves die, and not something that happens in a day and it's done. It's a kind of, it can take years for this process, but I feel as though there's a sense of this is being sped up at the moment with all of the light that's coming in. So I kind of wanted to work with this sense today of really allowing ourselves a bit of time for those shifts, for the person that we was, to almost grieve that in a sense, and to let go with ease and flow and understanding, but without the judgment, that because there may be parts of you don't want to let go of, and there's a bit of resistance coming up for that, which might be coming out in other ways. So this meditation today is for us, me included, because I think we all have this on some level, whether small or greater, to just allow to go to that space of 0 point without judgment. So I ask you to kind of center yourself. So put your hand over your heart, dominant hand or right hand if you're female first, and left on top. Just breathe for a moment and just feel into your heart space, connecting to you through your breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Now take a deep breath in for me, and then out through the mouth. The sound is connected to the heart. And again. And one more time. So we're in our heart space. Now I've just finished a little bit of morning qigong videos up for today if anyone wants to do that first, but feeling into the body. But what I'd like you to do, if you haven't done that video yet, is just for a moment now tune into the body. Feel the heaviness in your body, the density of your body, not in a negative way, but just feeling to your body, and any resistance, any awareness you have of your emotions, any triggers and thoughts and feelings that have been playing over, any stories at the moment that's going on, just bring them to the front of the mind for the moment. We're going to kind of bring it up so that we can lift it up. So allow yourself to go to that space. Don't be afraid. We're in winter, we're working with fear at the moment, so allow that to surface. The fear is not a thing to fight against. It's there as a biological component from the mammal to keep us alive. So we want to be thankful for that initiative to keep us alive. It has for generations, but we don't need it in the same way that we did before. So now I want you to sort of see it as a tangible thing. So bring into mind, it could be, you could use the fear of the unknown and the stepping into this new power of the sovereign self, or letting go of that ego self. We want to be grateful to that presence, the I am presence, and we want to bring, so you can utilize those, or you can utilize whatever story you're working with at the moment, whether it's lack, fear of lack, or of abundance, and those needs, those core biological needs that may there be on the periphery in the subconscious, and desires, because desire and fear are very closely linked. Your fears are normally linked to the desires. If you're unsure of what they are, look at what you desire, and then you will see the opposite scale of the fear. So breathing in, feel in the body how that feels. How are you feeling in that moment? Do you feel tense? And now I want you to deliberately feel the things that you're holding on to. We're going to visually, metaphorically put them in our hands by creating a fist. Breathing in and hold that tension, feel that tension, and then deliberately as you exhale, release. And again. And as you exhale, you open the hands and you feel the tension relief. One more time. Placing the hands down onto the lap. We're going to take that on a deeper level. I want you to relax into the body, feeling the body relax the shoulders back and down. Keep the breath flowing in through the mouth and out through, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Easy breath, ease and flow. And closing your eyes, I'm going to guide you, but allow yourself to go where your brain to go where it needs to, especially when the sounds are being expressed. Allow whatever sounds or whatever things I say, if anything triggers, just let it come up, make notes, and then release and allow, becoming in a state of allowing, feeling safe, feeling into our own 12D filter that's there. It's in place as we breathe in, it contracts as we breathe out, it expands. Allow yourself to feel an awareness of that. If you don't know what I'm on about, just visualizing a bubble contracting in and out and knowing that this bubble, this space, is my intention held through this container of this session, and that it's there, it's created for you, but it is created by you. It is your own connection to your own level of space around you, your own awareness. And now breathe in and go in with that contraction. And out. Now that's there, it's not going anywhere. What is it we need to know right now? What is it? Why did you want me to express this today? Now allow yourself to feel your presence, your anchor. You're grounded to this body, the very physical I mentioned. And then think of all the things that are in the cells that are attached to the stories of the cells, that which is you, what you deem as your DNA, what you deem as your hereditary, all the things you feel are gifted from your ancestors. And I want you to see loads of like little strings coming up to each story, energetic lines, like ropes, threads. I'm going to work with silver because silver and the metal element works with the lungs associated with fear and that breath of life energy. And I'm going to also weave in some gold energy around us from the feminine, the creator energy, which is replacing what we're releasing. So as we're releasing stuff, we're not leaving a hole, we're filling that hole with this beautiful gold. And if you want to envision a cup being sort of tipping out one thing and being filled with, and you don't even need to tip it out, you're just filling it and it's pushing and it dispelling, just like water would, it would push out what's already there and just blending with that which needs to stay. So vision that colour coming in and those threads. And we're gonna, with sounds, we're gonna tune like we're tuning a guitar with the strings or the strings of a piano. what needs to be tightened and the tension to release, what needs to go, what needs taking out in the melody, which is you and your soul. It's music. We are here. Remembering those colours, the silver, the gold, and you might see other colours coming up, the melody that is you around you, envisioning that. You might feel it in emotions, you might see colours, you might hear thoughts, you might feel, as I said, emotions or pains. Take note where that is, a mental reference, and then feel as though strings are lessening. Some are just floating away like the water as it's being overflown, and what needs to come out is coming out. What's filling up is love, is compassion for yourself, for who you were, who you are now, who you are becoming. And there is no time on when this happens. There's no judgment to when this happens. If you want to hold on to something for longer, there's a reason, there's a lesson, there's a growth that still needs to come to surface. That tension is still there for a reason. We need to hear the note, to see and feel the melody within you, so that you can hear that music that is you. Allow that to float. Allow yourself to float in this safety net at the moment. Here in your mind, and maybe express, if you feel called to express, the strings of your own soul as they play through. Maybe you're seeing a movie in your mind, and you might have been doing this and going over someone. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's this image of you that we're working with, of who you was and how others see you even, or saw you. Moving out of that, now bring in that gold as that silver lifts. You want to say thank you for the love and the lessons. Thank you for the gift of your presence and who you were, whoever that person was, whoever you was. Thankful for the co-creation, for the love and the lessons, and for the parts of you and them, for not being what you wanted them to be. But there's part of you now that can set that free. Allowing the silver threads to evolve, to dissolve as they shift and mix with the gold and light around you. I want you to imagine at the top of your head a beautiful golden lotus that's opening like a huge flower. It's no longer contracted and closed. It's open and receptive to all good, to all aspects. And you're seeing a mirror of that person that was, that is, and then the becoming. And you're seeing the reflections showing up for what needs shifting. things coming up for what needs to evolve out of. And this can be coming up in relationships as well, in experiences, in that which we observe in others, allowing ourselves to see it without judgment, just with loving eyes in this space. If tears and release need to flow, allow that to happen. Allow them to drift into the side of the mouth, the chemical reaction lifting. Feel that chemical reaction lifting those endorphins as you connect to that which is you on the creation, this golden flower. As the brain shifts, see as if there's light wires. And I want you to imagine right now, you can keep your eyes closed, but I'm moving my fingers, and I'm moving my fingers in my own field. And as I move my fingers in my own field and reflect that which is in my field, it allows you to do the same. It gives you permission to do the same. And I want you to know in your heart that you are enough. Know that you are loved. And although you know this, I know there may be layers to get to that. That awareness is there. And as I move through my field, as I feel the silver strings moving and shifting, as I express in a moment, I want you to just feel into what feels right. Feel that lifting, but also at the same time, feel the grounding through your feet, connecting and envisioning caves of crystal structures here on earth. And those structures are helping you ground in. Mia glorieta yasenia tururishkia leto kia noroku irayotoro kia norokonishkia kia tanana kiayo kirayo kristana kirana kia lokoro koshoro iradioro koro koro ke nai ai oto ke no to koro to ke koro niana sana nai ya koro shukoro no nai ai ha neta e nai ana e niada e na ha ni auru. Feel as though you're wrapped by grandmother's love, the mother's love. Enaya niata, ilananda, the cell that birthed you into being. Anuroko shoroko asaana. And then feel the lights, the cosmic father energy, father sky, if you like. The masculine, the feminine, grounding you in the now. Linked with the spirit. Like diamonds lit up in all fractals of your being, and reflecting out which needs to go, reflecting in which needs to know. To the core of you, as guidance is coming through to share. Allow the tears to flow, and with them the love will nourish the soul. You release. You are whole. Even those aspects of yourself that we're letting go, they're not actually disappearing. We're transmuting. We're seeing them from a different fractalization space of ourself, of our inner knowing and our inner awareness, as we bring in this understanding and greater awareness through wisdom and of the will, of that which is you in the soul's light, whatever you deem it, the goddess, God, source, just the energetical aspects of higher awareness. And I hatira no koro neashkaya inayati tarish kuro no nayayata. Now I want you to just breathe, slowly breathe in and allow whatever's there to just flow, to just come. I'm going to bring you back a little bit. So I want you to rub your hands together and feel the heat, feel the friction, bringing that heat to the chin, over the face, bringing in that awareness through the body, through the cells. So the hands come from the chin, it goes over the face, goes up over the head, around the backs of the head, comes down around the neck. You can keep the eyes closed, just bring it in front of you under the neck. The hands go over the heart. And just breathe, and then grounding down, bring the hands from the heart round the tops of the cleavage, the chest, down the sides, touching the legs down to the knees, and just gently tap on the thighs. Coming back into this moment, coming back into the body, bringing that awareness with gratitude, with thanks, with understanding. And then gently pat one arm down the inside, up the outside, and then the same on the other side, down the inside, up the outside, down. A little shake, and then just take your awareness to your feet and the breath, coming back into this now moment without the judgment. Feeling grounded in this moment. I want you to bring to mind somewhere in nature that makes you feel safe and comfortable, maybe a waterfall or a cornfield, an expansive space that's open, or trees and forest. Feeling like a tree. The mental mind, the winds blown around, those thoughts, those feelings that you can make note of that came up. You're able to move with that breeze. The breeze being your breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time through the mouth. Now through the nose and the nose. There we go. Slowly in your own time, rub the hands together again. Bring them up over the face, over the eyes, and gently bring them down, opening the eyes behind the hands into prayer position. I have a little task for you to do at the end of this meditation. I want you to go and look into a mirror and look into your eyes and make a note of what comes up, just any emotions, and say, I am enough. And note what feelings come up for you during that process. I am enough. All in divine timing. I am becoming who I am meant to be. Thank you for your time. Love and blessings. Let me know how you feel after that. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you for Meditation Monday next week. And then we will have a break through Christmas. You can join me for our 12 Days of Transformation. The videos are on the list on this channel. And there's a daily qigong videos which will be on the Patreon site, which you can subscribe to without becoming a member and see when those videos come up, or subscribe on here and see when they come up. But have a fabulous week ahead. Love and blessings. Thank you for joining me.